is the General Greene. God bless you. It is Sunday. Jesus Christ, of course, is Lord. On this beautiful March 9th, 2025. And you are living through a hyperinflationary depression here in the United States and the westernized world. In fact, Christine Lagarde just mocked the entire Bitcoin crypto industry. Yes, wearing the Yachtmaster 2 today. I love watches, so I always like to show whatever watch I'm wearing, things I'm into, things I like. But Christine Lagarde over at the ECB, please let me know you got a like and a share, and you can hear the audio, and you got the visual of the freaking, geez, man. Actually been working out pretty hard lately. So Christine Lagarde mocked the Bitcoin crypto industry just days after Donald Trump's. Is it going to be a Trump pump or a Trump dump? That's the question we've all been asking ourselves. I believe the pump is imminent, and I'll get into that in a moment. Has been mocking the entire Bitcoin crypto industry along with the United States, promising her rollout. Thanks for the likes. Really appreciate y'all. Promising the rollout of a new ECB Euro CBDC. So the Eurozone has been working on this for years, along with the IMF and these other international bodies that no one voted for, you know, these institutions that control global humanity. And they're about to launch a very tyrannical, authoritarian police state currency known as a central bank digitized version of the euro, which, by the way, I predicted this for years, that the Eurozone would collapse, that the failed experiment of the Eurozone would be a failure. It's proven to be a failure, and that's exactly why Donald Trump and Elon Musk are now attempting to leave NATO. And they don't want anything to do with these dirty politicians. I mean, have you seen Macron, the Mark? The Mark, have you seen him? Have you seen his alleged wife? Well, Candace Owens has a little bit of a different take on that. If you aren't already aware, she's a freaking man. Finkel is Ihorn. Ihorn is Finkel. Ah! Love that movie. Jim Carrey's the best, man. He's a great actor. Owns a beautiful place out in Maui, Booyah, by the way. The Carrey does. And so we are living through a hyperinflationary attack on the American people. And Donald Trump said during his congressional speech that there would be, quote, a little disturbance. That was his exact words. I believe we're getting the disturbance now, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting the disturbance now, followed by a record-breaking pumpity pump. And I told you about this yesterday because I would not underestimate Catman, Vitalik Buterin, funded by Peter Thiel, funded the Ethereum Foundation essentially launch, and the original equivalent ICO or whatever you want to call it, through a Peter Thiel grant. And we are positioned, in my opinion, for a record outbreak of not just altcoins, but Ethereum leading the way in a very undervalued market right now. It's a good day to sun your balls, by the way. And I'm serious about that. Sunning your balls raises testosterone, gives you a little smile, and it's actually really good for you. In all seriousness, for you men out there, you must sun your balls. I've been saying this for years. I sun my balls all the time. I'll be doing it later this afternoon, sunning the glistening diamond nuts, but I'm dead serious. It's actually really good for male T. See, most men are beta cucks here in the United States of America. They're wimps, which is why the majority actually voted for Trump and Elon and not Kamala. Kamala. People voted against that because they don't want the beta cuck male leadership anymore. They don't want a poopy pants diarrheaing himself Joe Biden on geriatrics or whatever else he's on, losing his mind with Alzheimer's disease, which they covered up. They're looking for real men, strong men like Vladimir Putin, a real leader, ladies and gentlemen, a real strong man. Have you ever seen his burly chest? You really gotta like the burly chest of Vladimir Putin. Riding bears, playing ice hockey, doesn't put up with anything. That's real leadership. And again, that's why Donald Trump is in power, because the American people want toughness, they want strong men, and they also want private leadership like Elon Musk is providing as a businessman who is working alongside with the Doge, the doggy, which, by the way, is a play into memes, and of course, Doge, which let's see what it's worth today. The Doji. Where are you, the Doji? The doggy. The doggy is still trading at 25 billion market cap. So we're in a very undervalued marketplace. And this is what Donald Trump is intending. This is what he wants. And you need to have confidence in this. Orange man, good. Trump has electrolytes. Go watch the movie Idiocracy. Trump said there would be short-term disturbance because he wants to force a temporary correction, to force the hand of the Federal Reserve to start cutting interest rates and printing more debt. So I want you to understand where this is headed. U.S. government will always print debt and bailouts. They will always print currency into infinity. They're always going to hyperinflate real assets. I was actually looking at my parents' first house, actually in California, one of them. Beautiful place in a very nice area. And I think my dad spent like $330,000 cash. This was like when I was a little boy. And I was checking in on that house today, and this home is worth like, depending on the Zestimate or whatever it is, probably like 3.5 to 5 million. I mean, paid $300K cash, right? When I was a little boy, this place is going maybe upwards to 4 or 5 million now. So I want you to think about the dirty criminal deep state and these central banks and black cuck rock that hate your guts so much that they would take housing multiple X's in a short period of time. I mean, I'm a boy and now I'm a freaking diamond nut millionaire, right? In that short period of time, we're going multiple X's because the dollar's worthless, because the United States government is criminal, and they print erroneous infinite debt no matter what, no matter who's in the presidency. I mean, Donald Trump's only got 4 years. Cuatro. There's 4 years for Donald Trump. So will Donald Trump prove to be Donald Dump, or will he prove to be Donald Trumpity Pumpity Pump? I think we know the answer. Donald Trump has a vendetta against draining this dirty, ugly, beta cuck male swamp into the grave. And him and his sons and all of his companies, World Liberty Fi, etc., and all of his investments and his meme coin, Trump has a personal vendetta to pump Bitcoin and crypto to new all-time highs. Now, as I was saying it yesterday, we don't need any government to pump our bags. Okay, we got to Bitcoin 100K and $2 trillion in market cap just with Bitcoin without governments. We don't care what the government does. Bitcoin was invented to counter the government. Bitcoin is an invention in the code. It says F the government. Literally, it does. This is true. If you go look at the original source code of Bitcoin, it says F the governments and F the bailouts. So look, we don't need any, fancy suits in Wall Street at some kind of meeting wearing their $2,000 Hugo Bosses like the Winklevoss twins or any of the other people hanging out at the crypto consortium of privilege to verify or validate our industry. And Bitcoin doesn't care either. See, this is what you need to understand. Bitcoin is a decentralized, portable, real money, digital gold equivalent standard that doesn't care about any of that. We have entered game theory now. If it's not the Donald Trump pump administration that cements itself as the USA crypto Bitcoin capital of the world, another country will. If the United States government doesn't start panic buying as much crypto along with every 50 US states here in the United States, well, then they'll just fail into oblivion and you will be irrelevant and you'll go extinct like the fake dinosaurs, because dinosaurs aren't real either. That was all a lie by the deep state. By the way, I will point this out. Alex CIA Jones, and I think his name is Stephen Greer, actually pushing a conspiracy theory that's absolutely fake right now, that we're going to be invaded by aliens very soon. And Donald Trump's really got to get it together before these UFOs start coming to attack all Americans. And it's a matter of national security because ET lives in space. All lies. Don't pay any attention to it. I predicted all of this, by the way. Remember when I did the vision of the alien spaceship invasion? I said it would be a fraud. I said it would be a fake, and I said it would be an illusion, and I told you it'd be Project Bluebeam, and I told you these CIA, Central Intelligence Agency scumbags would push the narrative, which maybe Jones doesn't know. Maybe he's just a useful idiot, or he's in on it. Is pushing that narrative right now. So good work leading your sheep to slaughter there, Jones. Wonderful work, as usual, leading people to the chambers of you know what. All lies, keep your eye on that, because as I told you, they introduced the Space Force for a reason. It's a new branch of the military industrial complex. So I believe we're getting exactly what Donald Trump preached, which he gave an excellent 5-star Oscar speech during the congressional address. And that was there would be short-term disturbance to force the hand of the central bank as they reprice, these are my words, remonetize Fort Knox gold, use that gold to borrow against it, and securitize it to buy more Bitcoin and crypto to keep it net neutral to the U.S. taxpayers, and then use their CIA liaisons like Black Cuck Rock and Larry Stink Bomb Fink and others that ripped all you off in 2008-09 with multi-trillion-dollar bailouts like a bunch of freaking crack whores. I mean, remember 2008-09 and the hedge funds and the bankers, Bankrupt of America and Citigroup and all these companies that, by the way, debanked the Trumps. There's just been a major lawsuit launched by Eric Trump and family. You remember all these crack addicts in 2008-09? Like, it looked like they were addicted to drugs, saying things like, there's a little bit of a liquidity crisis, gonna need some bailouts, just need a little taste of the taxpayer funds. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm saying? Just need a little taste of that crack. You see, the securitized derivatives went the other way, man. We're bankrupt now. Just need a little taste of the good old sugar daddy money of U.S. taxpayers. Can I get a hit? Can I get a little hit? That was 2008 and 09. So it's not like we trust these pieces of crap scum, nor do we need their verification or approval or validation of anything. We hate your freaking guts and hope you all burn in hell. And thanks for stealing all the money of the American taxpayers in 08 and 09, you freaking scum. So again, we don't need a bunch of fancy, uptight, stick-up-their-butt suits approving my Bitcoin. Okay, I don't need your approval of whether or not you think adding Bitcoin reserves or crypto stockpile makes sense or not. We could care less. In fact, the only thing that's proven is that Bitcoin has overthrown sovereign governments, and now you're co-opting it because we won. Because everything I've been saying for several decades now has actually come into fruition and has been the absolute, unadulterated, hard-hitting, and in-your-face registered trademark, along with alternative media television, the Island Project, and the Digital Noah's Ark, and fractional real estate ownership of no banked-out real estate super mansions, soon to be tokenized on a multi-freaking billion-dollar blockchain, which we already own. It's all physical. I mean, call my dad. I mean, come and enjoy yourself at our world-exclusive properties. Typical properties, about $5 million plus. We own all of them outright, free and clear, during the hyperinflationary collapse and the U.S. time bomb of debt implosion and collapse of the U.S. dollar, which, of course, I predicted, which is why I wear a bunch of fancy watches and drive Lamborghinis, because I've gotten it all right when everyone else has gotten it all wrong. Because here at AMTV and Alternative Media Television, of course, the Island Project, Digital Noah's Ark, we are the White Hats, ladies and gentlemen, and we could care less about what sovereign governments have approved or not approved. And again, take your stick out of your butt, you bunch of freaking suits. We're the anti-suits and the anti-black cuck rocks and the anti-Wall Street. And all of your uptightyness and your uppityness and your fancy suits didn't impress people like me at all. In fact, it did the exact opposite. I think just proving our point, which is why a lot of people were disappointed with the outcome, of course, that came from that summit. Again, there's a lot that Donald Trump isn't telling you about. They're going to securitize debt, remonetize, reprice the gold at Fort Knox to market value from book. For those of you who don't know, Fort Knox and the U.S. government has set all the gold reserves at a 42.2222 ounces book value for years. They're going to reprice that to remonetize and balance the books, essentially, of the United States. so that they can then secure their new purchases. And Standard Chartered Bank, by the way, copied me because I must tune into my channel because I'm a genius. I said they would actually borrow against gold and or sell gold reserves to buy crypto and Bitcoin, which they're a multi-trillion-dollar bank, and all of their analysts actually are saying that now too. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you, Standard Charter, you bunch of Wall Street whores. So this is what's happening now. We've got a big backdrop of geopolitical. Okay, Alex Jones and, of course, Stephen Greer, the CIA, are now pushing the alien invasion, so keep your eye on that. Donald Trump is attempting the art of the deal negotiation tactics with Vladimir Zelensky, and he just made a major statement. This is breaking. Please like and share. This is March 9, 2025. Armageddon alert, according to Donald Trump. He says, a quote, monster nukes could be the end of the world, and a stark nuclear war warning, this is breaking now, over missile stockpiles. So Donald Trump is warning that Armageddon could be near. Is he bluffing? Is it a bluff? Is he bluffing? Well, I'll tell you what the truth is. The new nukes are blockchain technology. The new nukes are what I've been teaching y'all for years now. The new nukes are a new standardization, monetary reset of digital currencies, blockchain tech, and the asset stockpiles, which now we're in a new space race, so to speak, or a Sputnik moment to accumulate. Again, this is game theory on freaking steroids with Bitcoin and crypto. Every sovereign government, there's about to be God candles announced by the Middle East. The kings over there are going to be buying as much, and they already are, Bitcoin and crypto as possible. We're going to see a divestiture of U.S. petro worthless scam, scum, lighted on fire, crapola, diarrhea dollars, and a move towards actual sound money and currencies. And this is what the BRICS nations and China and the rest of the world, and the BRICS especially, are working on along with Russia. So all of this is playing out like a T, like a drum, as I predicted, as America collapses into a hyperinflationary death spiral collapse. And we're going to get a short-term disturbance followed by record pumps, new all-time highs. Ethereum will be trading at 10K plus, Bitcoin 200 to 300K by the end of the year. We're going to continue buying and accumulating as we DCA. See why we DCA'd here at Island Project? You notice we buy a new place every couple of months. I didn't buy them all at once for a reason. I take my own advice, along with Papa John and the rest of the Diamond Nuts crew and our beautiful members worldwide. We've been phasing into the purchases. We hope prices actually go down. They just haven't. Prices keep hyperinflating in the best locations in the world, which is what I predicted. And that's what they've done. Our real estate holdings in some areas, for example, like Maui, have tripled since the lockdowns in 2020 because that was the intent of the lockdowns. Create supply shocks, more bailouts and debt, print the useless currency to infinity, remove true ownership rights so you and your children are poor, then introduce UBI. Elon Musk is going to roll it out through his payment network system X, and all will be fine, hunky-dory, and dandy. Jeff Bezos, of course, will sail on his infinite super yachts with his new replacement wife with fake double Ds, and all will be great, and the American people will lose. So I actually hope, we're hoping that prices actually corrected. And do correct. And when they do, we'll just buy more. And we'll just keep scaling into our dozens and dozens of properties with no bank debt, owned outright, as we launch our blockchain in 2025 and keep getting more rich. Let me explain to you. I hope you understand this. But, if you feel a little fear, a little tinge, a little shrinkage down below, that's when you buy. Okay? You don't want to be buying at the tops. You want to buy during the shrinkage event. Right? When everyone's nuts are shrinking down into little bitty acorns the size of mosquitoes. Not when everyone's telling you to go all in and it's the greatest bull market in world history. No, there's a healthy sense of fear. The Bitcoin fear index, fear and greed, is at like 25 or something like that. So it's a good time to buy. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So that's a quick update. Disturbance, new record pumps. Don't underestimate Vitalik Buterin. The cat dude. He's a super nerd. He's really geeky. He picks his nose a lot, and he has boogers flowing out all the time. Those are the guys that you want to bet on. Again, this is a global takeover of the super nerds. People like Jeff Bezos were dorks before, but now that he's a billionaire, he's on TRT. See, this is natural, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't on TRT. This is natural. Okay, these other super nerds have to go on stuff, steroids, TRT, injections, blood transfusions, right? So you bet on the nerds, and this is a takeover of the super nerd dorky tech elite that have now overthrown your society, own Washington, D.C., and are pushing through the tech revolution. And it is what it is. So I love you all. Jesus Christ is Lord. Get your butts to church today if you haven't already. Get into your Bibles. Spread the word of the gospel. Squeeze your nuts if you feel a little shrinkage, and thank you for all tuning in. It is an honor. I'm going super aggressive, buying a lot more crypto, very bullish Ethereum, very bullish altcoins. My number one pick, RSR, bought more this morning. By the way, that's Reserve Rights Token owned by Peter Thiel, Sam Altman, Coinbase Ventures, and Elon Musk. That hasn't been revealed to the public yet. And all asset-based blockchains, real-world assets will continue to soar during America's seismic hyperinflationary collapse, which is what it is. Again, it's a big wealth transfer, guys. What they did in 2009, it's what they did during the lockdowns. You're non-essential. Only Jeff Bezos is essential. We understand it. This is the trend. The trend is your friend, MAGA. Trump man, good. Trump has electrolytes, just like the movie Idiocracy. Trump's got a personal vendetta to drain the swamp and to take our precious Bitcoin and crypto to new all-time highs. And even without him, every sovereign government, every state in the U.S., every entity, every private and public country and company will be forced to buy blockchain tech if they want to maintain any kind of relevancy in the future. If you've been on the sidelines, folks, now's the time to get in with the white hats. Call Papa John at 808-442-2934. We've been working overtime, doing a lot of work, doing a lot of accounting work recently. By the way, we got K1s coming out to all y'all for the 2024 tax season. And congratulations to all of our new onboards, all of our beautiful members. Have gotten tons of DCAs in recent weeks. Of course, just announced a new $6 million penthouse in Hawaii. We're now on 3 islands, Park City, Deer Valley, Booyah, no bank debt. We've built on a foundation of rock, whereas the U.S. government has set their currency on fire and has built on a foundation of sand. I mean, that's why they got to make it great again. And that's why Elon Musk is investigating with the dog, the Doji, all the criminal activity and fraud and government waste and debt and bailouts and other things that I can't mention that are unmentionables. So trust the plan. Look, the guarantee is more money printing. Trump has also stated publicly he wants interest rates cut. When interest rates are cut, what do you get? Cheap money and cheap debt. Mortgage rates go down, people pile into more leverage, and they push everything higher like they've been doing in recent years. So everything happens quicker nowadays. So I want you to understand this. Everything's a lot quicker in the technological age. So, we're looking at maybe a couple months here, short-term weakness. Are we in a recession? Are we not in a recession? And then super pump. Donald Trump. And by the way, did you notice the deep fake with Trump and King Bibi? They're now saying the creator says he doesn't think that information should be allowed to the public. That was all one big psyop as well. Just like this Stephen Greer stuff is about the aliens and crap. It's all freaking lies. Take care of you and your own. You should be buying now. Join us, islandproject.com. Join us at school. It's a requirement at the club, islandprojectclub.com. Let us know if you have any questions. I'll be rolling over your IRAs and retirement accounts as soon as possible. Text or call 808-442-2934. Speak with Papa John. Get that money over. Again, you cannot count on the stock market. I think we get a continued collapse, a hyperinflationary crash, a stagflationary event in the United States, and we're going to get a super pump where the idiocracy is. Crypto, Bitcoin, blockchain. This is the new tech, guys. It's a new internet. It's a new social media. Take my word for it. Again, I'm a genius. Started in social media in 2008 and 2009 because I'm a savant. I knew it was the #1 asset class in the world, and you would make hundreds, if not billions of dollars in social media. That's why I went all in 2008-09, and 15 years ago, I went all in Bitcoin because I'm smart, and I told all y'all to buy it. And now I'm telling you where it's headed now. Real world assets, tokenized on a multi-billion-dollar blockchain, no bank debt, private ecosystem, Christian-based kingdom wealth economies with all the benefits of traditional real estate ownership, capital gains, income distributions. Got our K1s coming as we've been building out the portfolio of rents, which again, that's a process. It's taken us, about 2 years. We've got a roadmap of about 3 years, right? So once we get all these properties in operation, we just scale into infinity. Long term, this is a legacy wealth tool. And then I'm tokenizing all of it, 1,000x on a multi-billion-dollar blockchain because I'm a genius and I'm smart and I'm a badass. And I'm here to save Christians along with my father and along with all my beautiful, amazing, diamond-nutted millionaires and billionaires. So go sun your balls, get into the Word, love people, love God, make disciples, grow a freaking pair, and take my advice. Again, your financial advisor never recommended Bitcoin because he's stupid, but now he is. And so you got to ask questions here. Why are all these financial advisors now starting to come around? Oh, I think Bitcoin might be a good idea here at 85K. Cuck. I think, maybe we should look at this Bitcoin stuff at 100K. Well, you've already grossly, negligently screwed all of your people and clients who missed out on millions of percent gains across the board. By the way, if you're not at my school, I encourage you to join us at islandprojectclub.com. You'll see the full track record and history of all of our 1,000Xs. Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin, always been our top picks. CRO, which was originally turned into crypto.com, MCO, BAT token, Brave browser pulled off 1,000X. Singularity Net did 1,000X. Now it's so big it merged with another AI blockchain called the Super Intelligence Network AI blockchain. List goes on and on. We've been right about everything, just like I'll be proven correct, and I'm making millionaires with RSR, and just like we're the first in the world to build new money, kingdom wealth, no bank debt, highly boutique specialized private economy assets, building a public blockchain launch, the equivalent of the IPO, not financial advice. I'm not a crappy financial advisor. I'm just a dude on the internet that's invented all this stuff long before Black Cuck, Rock, and everyone else. There's a difference again, guys, with confidence, and people are like, well, that sounds arrogant. It's confidence, guys. It's confidence. When you've been doing this as long as me and you've dominated on every single level, it's no different than Michael Jordan pulling up for his game-winning shot. You think Michael Jordan thought he was going to miss? No, he always wins, just like I do. And you should too. And you got to remember, you're competing with people like me that have an abundance of 1,000x faith and confidence and will always dominate and kick your freaking ass 100% of the time. So if you're thinking weak and you got shriveled nuts, you're going to be bitch slapped by people like me repeatedly, over and over and over and over again, because I go all in everything I do. I never quit. I out hustle. I out freaking work you. I'll take more risk. I'll always go all in. And that's just the winning mindset. If you don't like that, if you're not a little bit ruthless in your endeavors to protect you, your family, your churches, and to truly lead the movement of Christians and building kingdom wealth, which, by the way, the deep state's attempting to hurt you and your families 24/7, lock you down, close your businesses, call you non-essential, do other things I'm not allowed to talk about. If you think being all hunky-dory and weak and compliant like a little sheep, putting your head in the sand and not having faith is going to work against these guys, you're wrong. Number one, God's got this. Number two, all your faith is in God and Jesus. He can move any mountain. He does it for me every single day, and I'm living proof. Three, you got to have an overabundance of faith and confidence. You got to put in the freaking 1,000x work and go all in. And I'm telling you to go all in now. Doors are shutting soon. IslandProject.com founders round will cease for anyone else getting in. And I'll be building out a multi-billion-dollar portfolio in the coming months in addition to our token launch. And we're just going to keep sailing higher. Because again, we already know what the plan is. And if Trump's playing 5D underwater basket weaving, jumping through hoops of fire, chewing freaking Trident spearmint gum at the same time, right? Juggling knives, swallowing swords, and blow drying his beautiful blonde locks with a spray tan at the same time, I'm telling you to trust that freaking plan. You know who the largest owner of Bitcoin and crypto and other assets in the world is? Elon Musk. And he hasn't even really talked about crypto or blockchain yet. Well, he's waiting for his moment, and he's going to onboard the masses into the greatest revolutionary technology event and singularity event horizon that you've never experienced in your entire life. And it's going to blow your freaking pants off, whether you like it or not. So put on those diapers and sun your diamond balls today and get all in. And get freaking pumped up and go to the gym and treat your body like a freaking temple and grow some freaking balls. And like and share this video. I certainly appreciate you. And I love you. It's an honor to serve. I've produced tens of thousands of videos since 2008-09, and we've gotten it all right. And we'll continue to get it all right. Get in. RSR, it's my top pick. Yacht Master 2, get your butts to church. I love you all. Yes, I'm a controversial figure, but someone's got to do it, guys. Look, again, controversy, I've always said, let people laugh. Let the cynics hate, right? Until you start stepping off your Learjet and your super mansions, and they won't be laughing anymore. Just like now. I remember back in the past, people were like, oh, it sounds like a scam. And then people actually look this stuff up, and they're like, crap. Like Christopher and his team have actually bought like $30 million worth of real estate. They're scaling into all these locations. This is a real threat to the establishment. Yeah, you bet your ass it is. Because we're the digital cowboys. We are the 1776 real Americana. US freaking A. MAGA country. Make America great again. We are the Christian kingdom wealth providers. We are the ballers. We will never comply. Got all that right too and predicted that as well. So again, take a little lesson from Trump. You got to be tough in life. You know who the enemy is? Yourself. Being weak. Don't pollute yourself. Treat your body like a temple. Make sure you're getting good sleep at night. Treat people with respect. Go after what you want in life. Always go to the highest mountaintop. Other people set their expectations low. You set your expectations 1,000 freaking X. There's no competition at the top. There's a reason why there's just a few billionaires, because there's very few men willing to go all in. The founding fathers were also controversial. They were considered revolutionaries. They had to sign their death warrants declaring independence in the United States of America. And that's how far you've got to be willing to go. Life is short. It's a journey. You don't know how much time you've got left. So make the most of it. Go big, go bold, sun the freaking balls, go big, grow the diamond nuts and the diamond ovaries. And love people, share the gospel, make disciples. And I'll tell you this, I'll trust someone who's real like I am more than someone who's fake and pretends to be the perfect vessel. I ain't the perfect vessel. What you get is the real freaking deal. A badass who loves Jesus Christ and will do whatever it takes to protect his own, his members, and make them freaking rich at the digital Noah's Ark. Like and share, and let me know you got a clear audio and visual, and I'll be putting this out to the general public very soon. God bless.